And people, welcome to this new playlist of HTML CSS. I figured out that HTML CSS is a very big pile of information that I cannot transfer to you in the HTML web series. So I'm starting this series parallel to the HTML basics of HTML playlist, and I hope it will help you because I don't want to confuse you people by mixing this CSS with the basic HTML coding. Okay, so this is the module 1 of HTML CSS, and in this module we'll be going through a basic introduction, a detailed introduction about the CSS, that means cascading style sheets. Okay, so let's start. Now the CSS starts for cascading style sheets. It describes how HTML elements are to be displayed on a screen or a paper or in the media. Okay, it generally saves you a lot of work because you can control the layout of multiple web pages all at once. Okay, it defines the style for your web page that includes the design, the layout, and the variations in display for different devices and sizes, because you never know how the user is viewing your website. He can be seeing that website on the mobile, the tablet, or the desktop. So you have to design the website for compatible for every other devices. Okay, the extension for using the style sheets are .css. That is a separate extension if you want to use an external style sheet. Okay, so I'll talk about a basic example how CSS can be used. So CSS can be used in different formats. I'll explain you briefly in upcoming videos. But this is the basic syntax. So you have to inform the tag. You have to write the tag first of all, and after this tag you have to use a curly bracket. Then you have to write a CSS property, what property you want, and again you have to use a colon, and then the CSS value. So the body is a tag, h1 is a heading tag, p is a paragraph tag. So in the body tag you want the background color to be the light blue. Okay, so whatever comes inside the body tag will be having a background color of light blue until unless other headings or paragraphs specifies something else. Okay, whatever comes inside the heading tag will be having a color of white, the font color I'm talking, and the text alignment will be center, and whatever coming on the paragraph tag will be having a font family of banana, that is a separate font, and the font size of 20 pixels. So this is a typical example how you can use CSS. Okay, now CSS came into the picture because before CSS there was a big problem. When we were designing the HTML, it was never intended to contain the tags for the formatting of the web page. It was only to describe the content of the web page, like the headings and the paragraphs. So when you also included the font color, so it created a very messy setup. Okay, so it was very tricky job. It was very messed up job for the web developers, and development of the large websites with the fonts and the color information were added to every single page. It became so long and expensive and tedious process. Okay, so to solve this problem, the World Wide Web Consortium created CSS, and it removed the style formatting from the HTML page. So now you can use a separate style sheet and for creating the entire colors, background color, background text, how it will appear. It is all stored in a separate style sheet, and by changing that particular style sheet you can change the look of an entire web portal. Okay, so this is the benefit of using CSS. So I hope this information is very much beneficial for you at this time. I'll be continuing this series for further videos and detailed videos about CSS, so have a look over it. Okay, thank you so much.